by Panthetonics, and that's Carols of the Bells, or Carol of the Bells, for those who may be wondering what exactly they just heard. So that's Carol of the Bells by Panthetonics. In case you're just hearing it for the first time, gush. You like it, right? So this just brings me back to my classical background. Honestly speaking, I have goosebumps all over me listening to that song, and I love to play it again and again and again and again and again. Good evening to you, Lagos. Welcome to the Evening Rush 90.3 Voice of the People FM. My name is Precious Enyi. And of course, I have my Monday, Thursday tonic in the house, Mr. Darlington. Today is Monday, but it is Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Lagos. Merry Christmas to you, Nigeria. Merry Christmas to all of you listening to Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Merry Christmas, Mr. Darlington.
Yes.
This one that you're doing like a good person like
precious.
This. Sir?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to
How
you.
was it with you today?
Hey, I've been on fire all day.
Are you serious? You are making money.
I have which money? I have been doing mommy. I've been doing wife material.
Okay, you are feeding Lagos.
I've been doing.
You are feeding Lagos. That's good. It's your calling.
Well, which calling? Which calling? This calling is a suffering calling. Please don't call me this kind of calling. I don't want to do it again. I'm not doing it again. Mr. Darlington, how did you enjoy your Christmas?
Well, it's okay. Thank God it has come and gone.
Has it gone? It has not come and gone. Oti day ati no law yet. It is ati day. It has no law yet.
There will be many more Christmas.
Of course there will be.
Take it easy.
Of course
what
there
did
will
not
be.
happen today will happen tomorrow.
Definitely will happen again. And I always say to people, I mean, if you did not find the opportunity to eat chicken, you couldn't eat chicken, you couldn't kill chicken, you couldn't kill fish, you can kill pomo. Whatever you kill is killing. And I mean, you can marry. The idea is just to be jolly. Really, that's what we need to do. Good evening to you once again. Let's run you through the hot topics that we have for this evening very quickly. And hey, for those of you in Nigeria, okay, we'll be giving you small recharge card just to, keep your body and soul together, to appreciate your efforts for calling us all the time. All right, so first on our lineup of conversation this evening, Tinubu ignored my advice. I'll give my assessment of his performance after 1 year. Wole Soyinka said that Tinubu's poor governance had policies. Tinubu's poor governance, bad policies have increased hardship, dampened Nigerians' hope. Peter Obi, what's going on here? Ganduje is my loyal friend and dependable ally, says Tinubu. And of course, civil servants beg FG to restore 35,000 naira wage award. Pay December salaries. Una never chop December salaries. I beg now, civil servants. So that's what they're telling the federal government. Moving on to other conversations right now. And this says ex-Central Bank Governor Emefiele to sue investigator, says Buhari approved Naira redesign, denies opening 593 foreign accounts. Hey, this investigator. Okay, now. All right, let's go forward. Tinubu, worst ambassador Nigeria has today. Aisha Yesufu replies presidency. What is going on here? Okay, and then there are photos of Kwankwaso holding a special prayer in Kano ahead of Supreme Court judgment. So you'd recall that Supreme Court actually did reserve judgment on the election tribunal, right, of Kano State. Rivers crisis. Wike and Ingrid Jonathan imposed him as governor. Edwin Clark. Okay, let's move forward. Nigerians' problems won't be resolved by palliatives. That is short and simple. Means that palliative, giving us food to chop, no go fit solve our problem. That's exactly what they're saying. And then this says, Emefiele smuggled 5 fireproof safes out of CBN to destroy evidence of massive looting. This is also more revealed from the special investigator. And then 112 killed, 47 injured as killer headsmen level Plateau villages on Christmas Eve. What is going on? The day before Christmas, 112 people killed, 47 injured as killer headsmen level Plateau villages on Christmas Eve, Lagos. These are the hot topics that we have this hour. We'll take a breather now and then we'll begin to jumping on the conversation one at a time. This is the Evening Rush 90.3, Voice of the People of Merry Christmas to you. We'll be right back.
Listen to hot critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious, Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on The Evening Rush.
The Evening Rush with Precious. Let me bring you a reminder of hot topics. You are welcome back. This is still 90.3 Voice of the People FM, and of course it is still the evening rush right here, of course, on the 4th floor of the Golden Tulip Hotel along Airport Road, Lagos State, Nigeria. Let's go straight on to the conversations that we have today, right? Okay, so Tinubu ignored my advice. I'll give my assessment of his performance after 1 year. Wole Soyinka. So Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka says his assessment of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration would come after 1 year in office. He said that these in Lagos while fielding questions from State House correspondents yesterday, Sunday. Mr. Soyinka said that this had been his tradition with Mr. Tinubu's predecessors over the years. Quoting him now, he says, "We met 5 years ago and it was an embarrassing visit because I went to tell him not to run for office. I told him and Atiku to leave the stage for young people. I call him Olori Kunkun." What does that mean, Mr. Darlington? Olori Kunkun. Olori Kunkun. Okay. Which means the stubborn one. Oh, he ignored my advice completely. Quoting him further, he says, "I came to see him to find out how he is doing after neglecting my advice. I wanted to see how he and his wife are faring. I also came to wish him a Merry Christmas." Perhaps even though he's not a Christian. "You know, we are old friends, and it was as a friend that I told him, don't run," he said. All right, so the Nobel laureate said that he presented a 7-point agenda to the president toward moving the country forward in these trying periods. He said he would not want to disclose what he presented, but added that a critical aspect was that of respect for the rule of law and adherence to the constitution of the land. Mr. Soyinka added that the discussion also centered in the release of various Nigerians languishing in prison for standing on some personal principles. He added that he is optimistic that something positive will be done about the incarceration of prisoners and consciousness across the country. Now, Mr. Soyinka said he is aware that the president may not be in the know of such cases due to the bureaucracy involved in governance. Quoting him now, he says, "That is the reason behind making this request. That is the way to get results for legal breaches." Mr. Darlington. Mr. Darlington.
Yes.
All right. Did you listen? Did you hear everything Mr. Wole Soyinka said?
I heard him. And my take is that, you see, Precious.
Sir?
Nigerian elder statesmen, they are losing it. They are the reason why politicians are behaving the way they are behaving. We no longer men that these politicians can respect and fear. That is why they are behaving anyhow. What is the meaning of what Soyinka is telling us now? Does he hold water? What impact will he make? When he needed to talk, he didn't. He came to find out how he's trading and how. Is there any how this country is run today that Wole Soyinka will not find out anywhere he is in the whole world? The world is a global village. If you have to know how any country is being run, all he needed is to tap his either smartphone or his laptop. They will give him the details of that country, what is going on there. So he doesn't need to come out the way. What he wanted, I expected him to say to Tinubu, he didn't say it. He did not. So his coming does not. I don't know whether he want to come and tell Nigerians that he said something. When he told Tinubu not to run, did he tell us? Are we aware? Did we know what he told him? So this is medicine after death. That one is past tense. I expected Wole Soyinka to at least ask Tinubu to explain certain things that Nigerians ought to know, which he have not explained. If he's really the Wole Soyinka that I know, who sees the radio station at Ibadan, maybe because of old age and all that, I expected him to ask him point blank certain questions, because I don't see why a president will be in office and these people do not know him. It sounds so strange. Why didn't Wole Soyinka ask him those questions? At least if he doesn't want to tell us, he can confide in him. Or is Wole Soyinka telling us now that it is okay because it is a Tinubu? Is it what he's telling us? He didn't ask him an important question, rather he came with an agenda. The credibility of the person in office is more important than the agenda he brought. Even the 1 year whatever he's waiting to ask him how he will that. What if Nigeria collapsed before that time? Will he still ask him, talk to him after 1 year? So what he just said, I don't know where it is coming from. But for me, I am disappointed, because the germane questions he's supposed to ask Tinubu, he did not ask him. It would have been better if he had kept quiet. Even the 7-point agenda, we don't even know. And I don't think anybody will listen to him, because Tinubu has his own agenda. I don't know how many agenda he's going to accommodate. So I'm not amused by what he said, though.
All right, let's go straight on to other conversations. I mean, because Mr. Adelantin, is something biting my body, but let's just handle all the gbasgbos first, then we'll go to that, because I'm worried about what's going on in northern Nigeria, especially the Middle Belt. Now, Plateau, Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate, says President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's poor governance and bad policies have dampened the hopes of Nigerians, meaning, see, it don't quench the hope. That is it don't slow the hope when Nigerians get. The hardship in the country, quoting him now, the biting effects of bad governance or government policies and poor governance have dampened the hopes of most Nigerians. So he said this in a Christmas message shared on his Twitter account, at his X account. That's where he made this reveal. And then, he said the hardship and issues confronting the country should not deter citizens from appreciating God and seeking his mercies. Quoting him now, he says, the difficulties and challenges of this moment should not, however, hinder us from appreciating the essence of our creation and the importance of seeking God's mercy at all times. Though Mr. Obi did not mention specifically any bad policy by Mr. Tinubu's government, Nigerians have continued to lament the high cost of living, economic hardship occasioned by the removal of fuel subsidy and the dollar, everything. So, Mr. Darlington, let's hear you.
Yeah, P2B does not need to specify the policy. The policies are obvious. The chief among them is the fuel subsidy removal without any backup. All that is going on today is because of this fuel subsidy removal without any alternative. And that is why the program or the policy has run into a cul-de-sac. The government cannot even come out plainly and say they have removed it. They can't come out. It took World Bank to tell Nigerians that the government is still paying subsidy. It took the World Bank to say it was. Meanwhile, your government have been lying about it. So this policy that is not clear-cut, that is not very transparent, is what is causing problem. And because government cannot explain some of these policies, they are hiding about it. They are lying about it. It is all outside world that used to tell us what is going on here. Is that a policy? All the so-called policy he has introduced, mention any of them that have, they have implemented with transparency, with good results, with good outcome. Mention one. The latest transfer subsidy. Precious.
Sir?
This platform went to the bus stop to interview people who said that they didn't see anything. No. Some were highly disappointed at the bus stop when they got there, because the transport company said that they didn't hear anything. Nobody told them anything. So it was a shoddy arrangement. Meanwhile, the Christmas is even over. It's even over. Some people were disappointed and they had to go back home. So I don't see one policy that this government have implemented that people will be clapping and say, okay, yes. Now look at it. The Supreme Court said that the naira, both the old and the new, should be accepted as legal tender, until a future date. But Precious,
sir,
both the new and the old naira, did you see anyone in a festive period? Is it not? These are the policy. I don't know how government want to control inflation by taking away our money. All this thing that the CBN is denying right, left, and center. The bank, imagine the bank and the POS operators, seizing our money. The CBN does not even know how to tell a very nice lie that it is the bank and the POS operator that are holding our money. Holding it for what? The bank need this money to do business, so why would they hold it? Instead of the CBN to come out and tell the whole world what they did with the bank, they are now blaming the bank, and the bank cannot even tell us, because if any bank should come out and tell the whole story now, they will sanction them. Like I asked you the other time, the money we have been using before now, where did it go to? The last time I checked, nobody cooks money and eat. Nobody cooks money. So all the money we have been using before now that nobody complain and all that, where did it go to? If somebody did not collect all of them and put it somewhere, where did the money go to? Is it not the CBN that should explain that? Or is there any election going on now? So there is, in fact, the P2B
to think that these are the many sins of the Emefiele, and then this is also I say to think that this money scarcity is one of the many sins of Emefiele, and this is happening again now.
Because they told you they were coming to consolidate whatever happened before now. Is that not what they told you? And they are doing it. So why are you surprised? Is it not what we suffered under Buhari? If we suffer it under Tinubu, are you surprised? No, tell me. He told you he was coming to consolidate what Buhari did. So what is the surprise there? It's the only people who were building their hope on him that will be shocked, not me. Because from the beginning, I know, I have always told you, a snake will always be long. It can never be short.
All right. So we'll move to other conversations very quickly. Ganduje and, the president. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has congratulated the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, on his 71st birthday, extolling the leadership hallmarks of the former governor of Kano State. Tinubu described Dr. Ganduje as a thoroughbred Democrat who has devoted his life to the service of the people in Nigeria. Quoting the president, now he says, "I celebrate the national chairman of our great party as he turns 74 today. Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje is a consummate politician and accomplished public servant who rose from the bottom of both callings to the pinnacle. In my association with him, Dr. Ganduje has proved to be a loyal friend and dependable ally. He gives his all to everything he believes in, with a keen focus on effective execution. His management of our party since becoming the national chairman is a proven testimony of his capacity as a masterful politician," the president said. I actually did not want you to react to that, except you want to do that very quickly, because I'm sure that there's nothing you would react about it.
You said what? You are sure of what?
There's nothing you would say about it that is different from what you've always said. So, Mr. Lamenti, let's move straight to what the civil servants are saying. Please. As the world celebrates Christmas today,
that you mentioned it, please. This is the.
Let me quickly read the.
This is the APC national chairman. Is that not true?
Yes, it is.
When they are celebrating themselves like this, Precious, you now ask yourself, if we don't have any shame as a nation, this same man he's celebrating and calling and giving all this accolade, was it not the same man that his name was almost turned to Gandola by the press because of what he did in Kano? Precious, in fact, when they talk like this, I feel ashamed myself, seriously. Look at how we celebrate people who should be in behind bars.
But he hasn't been proven guilty.
Yes, that is it. Every time he has not been proven. Every time that if you have made it impossible for anybody to prove anything, does it make you a saint? Does it make you an innocent person? At least we saw what happened with CSU now and FBI. If you have made it impossible for somebody to prosecute you, does it make you a clean man? That is the question. When are you people going to do something right in this country so that this country can move forward? Somebody will commit a crime, everybody will see it. You say, has it been proven before the courts? Meanwhile, you blocked all the avenue to prosecute you. You made it impossible. And then you come out and be celebrating and calling yourself a saint. Then the next person will follow the same track, the same road you followed, to commit the same crime and do the same thing you did and cover all his tracks. That is why Nigeria is where it is today. That is all this thing, all this corruption that nobody has been able to prove in court. Everybody will commit corruption and jump and pass. This one will come and say jump and pass. This one will come. It has not been proven. But you and I are seeing it. You and I are seeing what is going on. And we are suffering it. It has not been proven. May it not be proven though. May it not be proven until Nigeria collapse.
No, it will not collapse, Mr. Darlington.
Don't worry. Is it not corruption that kept us where we are? Hold on. Is it not corruption? If the people are being jailed, pressure, don't you know that some people would say, no, if I do this, I don't want to go to that prison. No. Is that not how to check? All these other countries that are doing it, can't you see where they are? They are even the one borrowing you money. When they borrow you money, you even loot it. Is it not a shame that China is borrowing you money at over 1 billion human beings? Is it not a shame? Is it not because they have curtailed corruption? That money they are giving you is what they have been able to earn for themselves. And when they bring it here, you will now corrupt yourself with it. And you are calling yourself a giant of Africa. It has not been proven. I said, may it not be proven. Let us continue like that.
All right, so let's go straight to the civil servants. As the world celebrates Christmas today, Monday, some Nigerian civil servants have urged the federal government to pay arrears of the 35,000 wage award it promised workers. I mean, some of them said they stopped paying it in September. So the civil servants who spoke to journalists in separate interviews also advised the federal government to always endeavor to pay their December salaries before Christmas. Shortly after announcing the removal of the petrol subsidy, President Bola Tinubu promised to give a 35,000 naira wage award award to federal government workers, I think for 6 months, right? Okay, so shortly, the
month is almost gone. No?
Yes, according to Mr. Tinubu, the idea was to help the workers cushion transport costs amid the rising cost of commodities, food and other commodities, that is. According to Simon Ali, a civil servant, he said the stoppage of the 35,000 naira wage award has created confusion. Most of us have accommodated this wage award of 35,000 naira as part of our monthly budget, but we have only been paid for September. That is only once for some of them. This is something that the federal government initiated by itself. The president will do well to ensure that the wage award is restored and the arrears paid, especially in this festive season. Now, another civil servant, Isa Ahmed, expressed disappointment at the federal government's failure to continue paying the 35,000 naira wage award. Mr. Isa also complained that the delay in payment of December salaries was not helpful to workers. Quoting him, he says many of them even pay 13th month salaries or salary bonuses to enable their workers to celebrate Christmas with ease. Why is it difficult for the federal government to do something similar? I hope that the president will consider paying the 3 months arrears of the 35,000 wage award along with the December salaries. Okay, so let's forget it. You know that this is one of the reasons why TUC and NLC wanted to go on strike and all that. Mr. Darlington, let's have you chiming on this.
Now, you see, Precious, you remember when this thing came up, I told you that this 35,000, nobody will pay it. You were here telling me, why is it that after everything they do, I don't agree? Right? I told you there is no money to pay that thing. They just use it to put soccer in the mouth of a crying baby, being NLC. Is that not what I told you? They just use it to close their mouth. Today, what happened? I told you that because I even told you that if they have not paid the 30,000 naira minimum wage, is it the 35 they will pay? Is that not what I did here? Is that not the analysis I gave you here? Today, what is it? So anybody who is waiting for that 35,000, that person will wait for Godot. He has not started waiting. I told you it will never. There's no money to pay.
All right, but Mr. Darlington, the federal government has started sharing palliatives and other stuff. So, however, Bishop Matthew Hassan Kuka from the Catholic Diocese of Sokoto has urged Nigerians to renew their commitment to self-examination and repentance for the nation to experience significant transformation. He advised President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to anchor his renewed hope agenda on a steady foundation of faith and hope aiming for the restoration of Nigeria's former glory. In his Christmas message titled "Time to Reclaim Nigeria's Greatness," the outspoken clergyman cautioned that Nigerians' deep-seated and structural problems cannot be remedied by mere palliatives. So following this, he's saying that palliatives no day enough to solve the problem of Nigerians. But people are not saying that. But when he doesn't do, people are complaining that he did not do. Now he has done. People are not saying it's not enough. So what should people now do? Because people want.
Did they actually do anything?
They gave.
Well,
they have done. Betty Edu came out the other day to say that they've done 25,000 naira to the poor of the poorest. 25 to the 25,000 naira transfer to families.
Oh my God, precious.
Sir?
The poor of the poorest, who are they? Do they have bank account? Do they have phone? Do you know what the poor of the poorest? Those people can never have bank account. They can't. They are in the rural villages. So how did you assess them to give them money? Precious. How did you assess the poor of the poorest for them to have that 25,000 naira? Which bank did they pay it into? There is no poor of the poorest in this country that will have bank account. If there is, I will stop talking on air. Show me one poorest of the poor that have bank account. What is the money doing there? When is the poor of the poorest? What is the money doing in the bank?
So how about if they force them to open accounts just so that they can do the transfers?
That is telling you that
they may have encouraged them to open accounts so that they can run the transfers.
So how will they access the money? How? You will carry the money to their rural village where they are. I don't understand. Do you know what they are talking about? The poor of the poor, they are in the villages, interior villages. That's where they are. They cannot be in your urban center. Precious, get it right.
Are you saying that there are no poor people in urban areas?
That means you have not seen the poor of the poorest. You have not seen them.
There are people living in urban areas that are also very poor.
No, they are not. I said you have not. When you see the real poor of the poorest, you will now know what I'm talking about. What are you saying? Right. The poor of the poor, 25,000 naira.
So let's go straight to Aisha Yesufu, social political activist.
So they should stop the palliative. It did not favor anybody. But okay, if that thing is working, why is it that the poor people are growing in number? Answer me. Buhari started this thing. Why is it that no impact? At least you say that okay, after this exercise, many people are now out of poverty. Why is it that the poor people are growing? That will tell you that they are not doing anything. That is just the simple explanation. It's not working. They are just using it to cover whatever they are doing. Nobody is being paid anything.
No, Mr. Darlington, you can't say that.
Okay, let them show us pictures. Let them show us
all the people who
were you not here when somebody was feeding children who are on holidays? These are part of it too. You were here in this country. A woman.
Oh, Mr. Darlington, did you hear that gist about a certain amount of money traced to that?
They said they're investigating, and so what? Investigating
an investigation is tied to a contractor.
The contractor, not the woman, no, the contractor.
Then how about the person who contracted the money to her?
Well, please, President, today is Christmas.
All right, so let's go straight to Aisha Yesufu, social political activist. Says Aisha Yesufu has slammed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, describing the Nigerian leader as the worst ambassador the country has today. Aisha, made popular by the Bring Back Our Girls movement, was reacting to an earlier statement by presidential aide Ajuri Ngelale, who, while appearing on Channel Television, said, unquote, every Nigerian should be an ambassador of the country, adding that fixing Nigeria is not a partisan issue. Now, angered by the comment, Aisha claimed that the president is the worst ambassador the nation has today. Quoting her, she says, the worst ambassador Nigeria has today is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Oh, okay. Here, I will not say the other one. He decides to call himself. Okay. And then she says, because of Tinubu, our certificates will be questioned. We will get extra frisk as we travel across airports. Our word will be triple checked. Our integrity was doubted, she claimed. And then she's come under fire, of course, a lot of reactions, people jumping on her, lambasting her, and all that. Mr. Darlington.
They should leave Aisha Yesufu alone.
Mr. Darlington, why did I call you to react to that? Don't worry, let's go to another conversation.
You say what?
No, it's okay. I didn't say anything.
No. It is an issue. Let us tell him Galari. He was speaking for Buhari before. I don't know why they contracted him again. Whenever they want to do this, they should stop indicting themselves. Who is that person that is demarketing Nigeria today? Who is that person? Precious. Mention any Nigeria that had embroiled in that type of controversy that we saw at CSU and at FBI. Mention one single Nigeria. Mention one person. They left the leprosy that is worrying us. They are treating rashes. During Galari, should stop talking the way he's talking. He's not helping his
all right, Mr. Darlington, before we go to Emefiele's case and another case which is I'm very particular about what's happening in the north, let's quickly move to River State and then we'll visit Kano State with Kwankwaso, and then we come back to what's going on in the northern Nigeria generally. So the convener of the Pan-African Delta, the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, Edwin Clark, has blamed Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike for the crisis in River State, saying that Nyesom Wike is an ingrate and Jonathan imposed him as a governor. Okay. Now, the elder statesman aired his view during an interview on Arise Television. The Ijaw leader said that the immediate past Rivers governor had led five lawmakers in 2013 to impeach the then speaker. He wondered why the same Wike would be arguing that 5 lawmakers in the state during the present administration are not constitutional. But meanwhile, you do the same thing during your time.
Don't mind it.
He added that Jonathan and his wife, Patience Jonathan, helped Wike to become a governor of River State, but their relationship later turned sour. Quoting him now, he said, Wike is a man without integrity, a man with double standards. He doesn't understand himself. He's dancing naked in the market. He doesn't know he has one leg in the APC and the other leg in the PDP. Who is he deceiving? Or who's he deceiving? In 2015, we put Wike there. Who sponsored him to become governor of River State? He should ask himself whether he was sponsored by people or he just came like that. Who was he? He was just a lawyer in Port Harcourt and he was collecting rent from motor parks before Peter Odili made him the chairman of the local government council, that is Obiakpo Local Government Council. And that's number one. And then today, we know him, we know who made him governor. President Goodluck Jonathan and his wife, Patience Jonathan, imposed Wike on the people of River State against the wish of the people. But because Mrs. Jonathan is a river swimmer and a Ijaw lady, she was able to get a vote of confidence for this ungrateful Wike. Quoting him is not my word. He now says today, that's that relationship between him and the former First Lady, Jonathan. Where is it? Where has he gone to? All right, Edwin Clark said a lot. What's your reaction to that, Mr.
If they allow him to continue in the way he's going, then they should blame themselves. Since the river people have seen where Wike is going, if they now continue to allow him to do what he's doing, then they should not blame anybody. That is the truth. Where a tree cannot make a forest. I told you here, the lecture he collected from somewhere, he cannot use it in rivers. That is why the thing has backfired. So all this one that they are talking now that they know, they should call him to order and they should sit him down and say, look, we have our own way of doing things here. You have been governor for 8 years. We have tolerated you. We have given you that privilege. Go and rest. After that advice, whatever he see, he will take.
All right.
Because he likes violence so much. I don't know why. So the rivers people, the ball is in your court. You have to take back your state. Because if they allow Wike to succeed in what he's doing, what is coming may be worse. So.
All right. So the leader of the Kwankwasia political camp, Senator Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, today, Monday, Christmas Day, held a special prayer session at his Kano residence. Now, this special prayer was aimed at seeking God's intervention in the much anticipated Kano governorship dispute, by the Supreme Court. Now, the prayer organized by an Islamic group, Muassatul Kwankwasiya, was led by Malam Aisha Yesufu, Malam Ashiru Nataila, Malam Bazalahi Nasiru Kabara, and Malam Sadiq Isiako Rabiu. Now, while observing all prayers, the clerics prayed for the success of Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf at the Supreme Court and the sustenance of peace and tranquility in the state. Now, the prayer session was attended by some cabinet members of the incumbent administration, other political appointees, and supporters of the Kwankwasiya movement. Mr. Darlington, this.
Please, I want to ask you a question, Precious.
Go ahead, sir.
At what point did the prayer begin to write our judgment in court? At what point? Prayer will write judgment. Something that is very clear. Something that will follow our laws, the Constitution, Electoral Act. Then, after writing it, then your prayer will now upturn it. I don't get it, please. Can you explain to me? Where did the prayer start writing judgment for us in court? When you pray, then a judgment that is very, very straightforward will now turn in your favor or what? I don't get it. You can see how we have messed up prayer, disturbing God every time, calling on Him for what we're supposed to do for ourselves. You want to go and do prayer so that the judgment will be in your favor. If the case is for you, it is for you. If they follow rule of law, if they follow what the laid down rules and the principles, the case is for you. No prayer can upturn it. That is it. You can see where we pray amiss. Somebody will now come and say, after all our prayers, what are you praying for? So that our constitution will change because of your prayer. Or so that the electoral act will change because of your prayer. Wow.
All right, so let's go straight to Emefiele's case now. Now, before we go to his response, let's go further into what is happening to him or more reveals about him. As President Bola Ahmed Tinubu special investigator Ijeoma Egwuatu, who has been assigned to look into the books of the Central Bank of Nigeria, has accused and battled immediate past CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele of stealing as well as illegal and violent removal of government properties in order to loot. Now, according to the report, the CBN related entities, the report, Mr. Emefiele allegedly removed 5 waterproofs of fireproof safes containing evidence relevant to the ongoing corruption probe, and then planted another set of 5 fireproof safes that had already been vandalized inside the CBN to use as a decoy for the removed safes. Now, the governor, quoting now, he says the governor's office wing, his actual office presented a bizarre scene. Mr. Obaze said in his report at the to the president last week, 5 waterproof safes were seen, fireproof safes rather, were seen wide open with severe assault and violent destructions. They were all confirmed empty and desolate. But Mr. Obaze said CBN officials interrogated over the controversial safes told his panel that the safes were strange and could be an attempt to derail the investigation. They all claimed that these 5 fireproof safes were strange and may have been planted to derail the investigation or for reasons best known to the perpetrators, he said to the president. Now, the real safes in the governor's office may have been removed with their contents in order to destroy evidence. Well, there's a lot. Remember, there was also an accusation of Emefiele and some other people dragging about 5 bags of money that is worth about some millions of dollars.
And somebody is saying that it is not true.
You know, but
CCTV.
But the CCTV footage is yet to be released. However, they mentioned there is a CCTV footage.
Precious.
But we're yet to see. But let me quickly go to Emefiele's response. So, former governor of Central Bank Emefiele has denied findings by the special investigator appointed by Buhari, that is Obaze, that indicted him and described him as corrupt. In the statement yesterday, Sunday, Emefiele said he had instructed his lawyers to immediately commence legal action to clear his name from the defamatory statement contained in the report. Now, the report indicated that the board of Central Bank of Nigeria was not involved in the decision to redesign the new currency notes, adding that the initiative was suggested to former CBN governor by the president, Muhammadu Buhari's aide, Tunde Sabiu, during his visit to the presidential villa in September 2022. Worse still, Emefiele, according to the report, left behind a debt of over 30 billion naira incurred for the printing of the currency, as only 31.79 billion naira of the contract sum had been paid at the time of leaving the office. The report also said that that he lodged over 543 million pounds fixed deposit in United Kingdom banks along without a loan without authorization. But the special investigator, he said a lot, but Emefiele denied all these allegations in his response to the publications of the report through a statement titled Re-Emefiele, Others Stole Billions Illegally Kept Nigeria Funds in Foreign Banks. Now, he said, after my release on bail from the Correctional Center, Kuje, my attention was drawn to publications released by the Punch newspaper and Premium Times online newspapers. Now, the sources of the information published by both media houses were credited to a certain report prepared by a Mr. Jim Obaze, who was appointed by President as a private investigator. Quoting him further, he says, I have gone through the publications and I say boldly that the content of the said publications are false, a lie, loriro, misleading and calculated to disparage my persons, injure my character, and to serve the selfish interest of the private investigator. Quoting him further, he says, because of my present situation, I have been advised by my lawyers not to say anything in respect of the matters which have been submitted to the court for adjudication. However, I need to address some of the issues raised in the publication, which are barefaced lies told by the investigator in order to achieve his satanic agenda. Mr. Darlington, satanic agenda now followed inside. He said, first, it was reported that contrary to the provision of CBN Act 2007, there was no presidential approval for the Naira resign. I wish to state unequivocally that there was indeed a presidential approval. You know, when I was reading this, my mind was just straight on that message, that's national broadcast by President Muhammadu Buhari, saying that he approves of this particular money, the change of money.
He said he authorized
it.
He said he didn't say I directed.
He said I authorized. That's what he said. And then remember that President Muhammadu Buhari was also known for this in 1984. So if the investigator proves that, or is saying that Emefiele is the one who suggested this based on another person's who approved this based on another person's suggestion, then who approved it or who suggested it to President Muhammadu Buhari in 1984?
Precious, you don't know that somebody is lying somewhere.
So I don't know, but Emefiele is saying that
no, the truth is out there, because we have seen Buhari speak on more than one occasion.
In fact, there's been a lot of response with Boss Mustafa and all of that. You know that.
On how he authorized.
Yes.
So why is somebody now trying to shield him from a decision or an order he gave? Why? That is my question. Who is it Tunde? Who was the last time I checked a Richard Kansela? When did he now become alter ego to Buhari to be given a CBN order on what to do and what not to do? Where did we see Tunde, the nephew or whoever, to Buhari? Where did we see him give that order to Emefiele?
But we saw the president respond and say that he authorizes it, and said that it's because he does not want. He even said he doesn't want people to use money bags, people with money bags, use.
Let me tell you what happened.
Any form of intimidation to win the election.
You see this Obaze report. Obaze himself is not even a clean man. If you go by his record, he has a past. And I'm sure people know that. What I'm not saying is that report, if you go deeper, there is more to it. Especially this thing they are telling you about some saving in CBN. Do you know that all this while that Emefiele has been incarcerated, some smart Alec in that bank may have done something and then put it on the head of Emefiele? Don't you think that such a thing can happen? Some people who are very smart, in pilfering money, they would have done all those things and put it on the head of Emefiele. That is certain. That is possible. So why didn't the investigator find out all these things and call names? He only mentioned Emefiele and 13 other directors. Those two, they don't have name, Abi. They don't have name. Even the brokers that everybody saw Buhari open his mouth and give the order. The investigator didn't see it, Abi. Precious. The worst thing that can happen to any man is for you to be a political orphan in Nigeria. If you're a political orphan, you are a goner, because nobody will come to your rescue when the chiefs are down. I told you here that there is something that Emefiele was doing for Buhari for him to have retained him. I said it on this platform. I told you that time. Some people are saying, even when he get returned, I said, please, return who? There is something that Emefiele was doing for Buhari. Shebi, the result has come out now. You had not seen what was going on. I even said the 23 trillion naira. I never knew that the thing was up to 26 trillion naira. Going by the report of Obase. 26 trillion naira.
But you're saying that his report may not be particularly accurate now.
You said
at
what?
the same time, but I thought you were insinuating that his report may not be particularly accurate. But you're also, in support of the fact that of the figures that are inflated or that were discovered.
I said it, yes. Now I was saying it was 23, not knowing that it was up to 26.
But you're also saying that Obase himself also have, he's someone who has questionable character.
Yes, so. Now is it hidden? Go to thank God for social media and Google. They can tell you.
That's a huge accusation.
That is not the issue. We are talking of his report. When it comes to his matter, those who know him knows him. But what I'm telling you that somebody must have played smart in the name of Emefiele. That is what happened.
So you're saying that his findings may not be totally Emefiele's fault?
It may not be. From what we have seen now, why is he shading Buhari? Why have you not mentioned Buhari in all these things? Even when we see where Buhari gave the order himself.
The reports carefully exonerated the president.
Yes, now. That means they have exonerated other people. And they put Emefiele forward because he has become a political orphan. That is the truth. That's what I'm telling you here. That report, there is more to it. If they can get an independent, if somebody has maybe Price Cooper and Price Waterhouse, let them go there. They will do a better job. Because this thing that this man has brought, and he even said that this report is interim. He said it's interim report. So when is the final one coming? By the time they doctor it, remove this, do that. You don't even know where the report is going. Why were they avoiding to mention Buhari's name? Even when the man has owned up on his own, you still try to shade him. What for? Is that a report? Hey, let them kill Emefiele now so that their problem can be solved.
All right, so Mr. Darlington, let's go to the matter that is biting me because this is more than bizarre. So suspected pastoralists on a deadly rampage across 2 local government areas of Plateau State have killed no fewer than 100 of 12 residents and injured 47 others. See, Mr. Darlington, this 112 is not monkey, it's not goats, it's not anything. Human beings.
You are saying it as if this is the first time.
Now, newsmen heard from security sources and local chiefs that the attackers executed a string of coordinated attacks on at least 12 communities. 12 communities spanning Barakin Ladi and Bukos Council areas on Christmas Eve. That is yesterday evening. Now, the attack started on Saturday evening when the herdsmen made separate entries and started butchering people and continued until midnight on Sunday. Something that started on Saturday till midnight on Sunday, it was still ongoing. Where were the security agencies?
Precious, please.
Mr. Darlington, there were videos making the round about this conversation. It would almost leave you. I don't know if these were accurate videos about this particular conversation, but it obviously shows that it's somewhere in the north or somewhere in northern Nigeria. Let's take a listen to them. So this is a baby lying in the mother's back. Mother is dead. Everyone around them are dead, lying helplessly on the floor. I think at the time intervention came, the baby was still alive but behind the mother and crying. Of course, mother is dead and cannot respond.
This thing you are saying, this is not the fault. This is not even the 100 times. So it has been going on, and because nobody has done anything, that's why it will continue. Pressure, that's why it will continue.
Now, okay. Now the attack. Okay. So a security source said that he said this on the anonymity that for an official police statement, he said we don't know how they obtained the equipment they used, but no group should have this capacity. Now, some of the villages affected include, or villages accepted include Ruku, Hurum, Darwat, Mayanga, Sabo in Gashi, and Rope districts of Barikin Ladi local government area. Now, Solomon Musa, president of Berum Youth Molders Association, said at least 60 bodies were recovered in Bukos, about 52 kilometers southeast of Jos, as of today afternoon, while 26 bodies were found in Rup and Gashi, a police inspector said. He said his combined fatalities had surpassed 112 residents, mainly women and children. They evacuated 47 people with different injuries to hospitals and clinics. A local chief, Joseph Gwamzi, said, in quoting him, I said, in some communities, the attacks lasted more than 5 hours. Witnesses further said the security forces were overwhelmed during the attacks, rendering them incapable of confronting the assailants. Some of them were reportedly clad in military fatigues. That's these people that were attacking. Now, a spokesman of police in Plateau did not return, requests seeking comment about police response. A government spokesman said a statement would be circulated on the situation. The attack could mark the first test for Governor Caleb Mutfwang, whom, by the way, we don't know what his fate will be in the Supreme Court, who assumed office in May on the back of a vow to contain the decades-long crisis between nomadic herders and villagers over shrinking natural resources in the region. I don't understand. So I was speaking to my security guard who's from Jos, and he was all in tears. He said their people are living in fear. That every day when he picks up the phone to call his family, he calls them with the fear of, I pray that somebody picks and someone is alive to respond. Mr. Darlington, these are human beings, real humans, dying. At what point did we become? Now, this is not Boko Haram. We're calling them headers. What kind of headsman will carry gun and finish follow human being? I don't understand.
No.
And then we seem helpless. And then it's so bad that even, the people who always come to talk about this issue have not responded. I haven't seen response from, some major clerics. I haven't seen response from some top politicians from the north. Because if it were elsewhere, they would have responded. People haven't said anything. Communities are gradually being wiped out. This is such a sad situation.
Now, you are getting the drift. You say community are being wiped out, Abi? Good. That community in Jos, please, do you know the religion and the ethnic background of those people that were attacked and they have been wiped out? Do you know their background? The religion they profess or the tribe they belong to and all that? Of course, a Fulani herdsman cannot have attacked his fellow Fulani. Is it possible? Or a fellow Muslim? Is it possible? So you can now add the two and two together and know what is going on. Why nobody responded? If I analyze this thing now the way it is now, Precious, the next thing you ask me, no, do you have proof? Let them wipe them out now. Abi, is it the first time? Let them wipe them. By the time they will do census, they will tell you how many they are and how many you are. Nigeria, we heard it. Right. So during Galari, we will not see the whole world is watching that thing. They are seeing it because the world is a global village. You can't hide it. If you refuse to pick it, CNN will pick it. They are beaming it to the whole world. And they will be asking, is there a government in this area? You mean there is a government where this thing is happening? Ajuri Ngalari will not tell his master about it. They will not see it. Tomorrow they'll be telling you how you are demarketing Nigeria. Everybody have problem. You mean the type of problem will happen in America and the Joe Biden will be sleeping? No, tell me. Everybody have problem. They don't have this kind of problem over there. Ajuri Ngalari, they don't have this type of problem. Get it into your head. They don't have this type of problem. Every time they have their own problem. They have their own. As if this type of carnage is going on in US and UK where you copy your democracy. Mention one person who shot anybody in US and got away with it. Mention just one person. Even all these psychopaths who go on rampage, they get them done immediately. Did you hear that anybody was arrested? Precious. Did you hear that the people that did it, somebody was arrested and they were paraded before the camera? Did you hear? The same people will go to another area tomorrow and do the same thing. And then Ajuri Ngalari will be telling us, yeah. Let them continue until they wipe everybody out and take over Nigeria.
All right, Lagos phone lines are open. Let's begin to take your thoughts and reactions on the conversations that we've raised this evening. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 9039. You can also do WhatsApp message to that number, the 0700 903 9039. Quite a number of messages I already have. Merry Christmas. May the love, peace, and blessings of Christmas fill your home and heart. Thank you. I appreciate you. And it says, this is AY from Moshi. Merry Christmas to you. This festive period, lots of prayers. And he said, Mr. Wole Soyinka should go and eat chicken and rest. Oh, you push your stop now. Let's be serious. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening, Precious, and happy holiday.
Happy holiday to you. Thank you. Welcome. Go ahead.
This is Monday calling from Solari.
Monday, you're welcome for calling us this Monday Christmas Day. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to talk the issue of the herdsmen. You see, with this thing going on, will there be peace in Nigeria? Will there be progress? It's so. Have even the president of Nigeria make any statement concerning what had just happened? Attack started since on Saturday evening, Sunday evening. None of these people was arrested or killed, and they went away. Tomorrow they will do the same, just like Darlington has said, and that is the truth. These communities, are they not human beings? These people are not the human beings. They don't have families, relatives. What kind of a country are we? Why are we so wicked? Why our leaders are so wicked? Look at Wole Soyinka. They want to visit, you want him not to run. When the issue of certificate was going on, did he make any comment? When the issue of forfeiture of the drug money, did he make any statement? The issue of ringing of election, did he make any statement? They removed fuel subsidy, did he make any statement? During the Jonathan administration, 2012, he was one of them in Ojaba back. Today, here is he. He's giving him 1 year. This hypocritical, this statement of Nigeria, God will see them through. God will surely visit them one by one. Thank you. Have a lovely good night.
Thank you. Good night. Hello. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. This is Jonathan calling from London.
Jonathan, you're welcome.
Merry Christmas, Barrister Darlington.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, let me quickly comment on Wole Soyinka. Let me say that Wole Soyinka, I will say that Wole Soyinka is an hypocrite. So let me use that word. In the sense that how many times Wole Soyinka visits Buhari? Maybe he doesn't have this 7-point agenda at that time in 2015. Maybe he just got it now. So where's Wole Soyinka during the electioneering process? So he came out now because it's Yoruba. This ethnic kasala, this ethnic confusion, ethnic game they are playing. So it just this 7-point this 7-point agenda is not a part of APC manifesto. So you should go and sit down. So you should not use this one to confuse people. And Peter will be comment on APC policy. Former CBN governor have said that we are not paying subsidy again. Where is the dollar? So, and the CBN governor has not said anything. So they are just playing a kind of a deadly game with Nigerian economy. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. Moving forward to more messages. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 9039. I have a few messages, but a lot, not a few. This is good evening and happy Xmas and happy New Year in advance. Precious and our dear Barrister Vincent. Wole Soyinka saying that Soyinka will not judge Tinubu now until after 1 year. Our elder statesmen in Nigeria don't speak because all is well with them. Williams from Ayobo sent in that message. All right. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Precious.
Good evening, Mr. Ola. You're welcome.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year in advance.
Merry Christmas to you, sir.
And happy birthday in advance.
Thank you so much, sir.
My regards to Promise.
She will
and
hear,
special
sir.
greeting to my darling.
Your darling can
Precious.
hear you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. This APC, how did they come in 2015? What is their campaign? They're
Change.
campaigning against Jonathan about killing. That Jonathan didn't take care of anything.
Abi?
That's propaganda they say when they are coming in. And that's why everybody voted for them, that they're going to cure security. Precious, at my home, my heart was bouncing. My heart is blinking. Very touching. Okay, let me say something about the sharing of this palliative for the First Lady. No, she said they are sharing 950,000 or 950 million, right? If I get it wrong. Okay. The population of Nigeria, as they said, 220 million people. Why not these people sharing this money through BVN or NIM? Why are they introducing NIM? They say they're introducing NIM because of security. And look at how these people are killing. They cannot track them, and they are calling people to pay ransom. They cannot track them with NIM. Okay, you are sharing 950 million to people. Even though if they share it 1 million to each people, that is 200 million out of 950. Where are they sharing this money to? Which people are they sharing it for? It's not necessary to look for people to share it to. We have BVN, they can share it through BVN. Precious, God bless you. My darling thing, I'm very sorry this for you. I don't need to say anything about Nigeria something, but it's touching. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Bye. All right. We'll run through some more messages very quickly. This here says, all right, I think I took that. This says, did Mr. Darlington hear that Soyinka said that he doesn't usually criticize any government until after 1 year? Mr. Darlington is just too sentimental. I have never heard any positive comment from him. Nigeria will not collapse no matter his prophecy. And then he says, Merry Christmas, Precious. I think Mr. Darlington is a prophet of and foretells any known and unknown failure of this government. Right on, sir, because we need your voice louder and every day. Cletus from Mafoluku sent in that message. And then this says, are we serious enough to clean up and tackle corruption at all level? What happened to the governor stuffing dollars in his Babariga years back? Nigeria, any prosecution? All right. And then he says, good evening, my wonderful presenter and guests, Precious and Darlington, People's Barrister, Precious Darlington. Thank you. Blissful Christmas to you too. He said, our country in motion without movement. Our federal government borrow money to share instead of investing in structures. Promise and not keeping to their promise. Why 35k to workers, 25k to the poorest Nigerians without a confirmed recipient. 50% transportation subsidy to travelers in TGIS Christmas, which the named companies refuted. Your president is being deceived by other people working for him. Precious Wike is a tyrant, and Emefiele should be probed together with the former president. I beg, Precious and Darlington, I am waiting for my Christmas presents from both of you. Constitution supersede the president. Oba Fidelis, we self were waiting for you right now. We too, a human being like you. We're waiting for you too. Merry Christmas, Precious. Emefiele should wait because This says Emefiele should wait because what he read was leaked document, because the real document is with Tinubu. He should wait. Odaba said that. Well, Odaba, I do hope that he understands that he has to wait, because you may go and sue now, and by the time the real one comes out, you not have enough to sue again. Maybe you not sue again. All right, Charlie, good evening to you. Oh dear, I lost that. Good evening.
Pray.
Sir?
Now, wow. Good evening, Precious.
Good evening.
Happy Xmas. I hear what they tell you. Happy birthday in advance.
Good evening.
I beg go. Ask my brother Darlington. I want to go.
They will.
Amen. Our president and our boss, he said to sorry, let me speak English. This is Chuku Kadibe calling you from Ketu Janiki. Our president, after to settle Rivers State Governor and the Wike, millions of people are dying in Nigeria every day. No comment about those that are killing. Herdsmen, they are spirits. They are not human beings again. They kill. The president don't know about that one. I beg. Today, I bought a chicken today. 20,000. One chicken. In our country.
Not even good.
Not even go to chicken, no. In Nigeria, we say we should have patience. There's no problem. The 950 million they are sharing, we don't even know those who are receiving it. They say Nigeria.
The woman is promising.
Look at if Nigeria is a country where people can ask questions. Benue State Governor have set a record by using his own 5 billion to buy buses and put it in Benue State, start collecting 18,000. What did other governors do with their own 5 billion? Nobody asked question, because na kill and divide. Precious, I just want to greet you. I just want to greet my brother Darlington. Those that are support should keep on supporting. All of us go to the same market. Are you getting me?
Of course.
All of us go to the same market. Nigerian problem, in fact, until we're ready to tell ourselves the truth, leave sentiment and tribalism, Nigeria will be well. God bless you all.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you too. All right. Okay. Oh goodness, I thought I started with a very excited note, and then but this whole thing just dampened my image. My countenance. And then this says Mr. Darlington wanted to state what happened in Rwanda. He wants to cause ethnic and religious war in Nigeria, as if Muslims and other tribes don't get killed. Waiting on a defined. Tunde from Ijegu. From
you can imagine that. Did you hear that? So who are being killed? Who are being killed? Tell me, who are being killed in that place? When they started, can you imagine who a human being? Because you are not affected, Abi. Because you are not affected, that is why you are talking like this. Those people, they are not human beings, Abi. No, tell me that the people that are killing, they are killing their own people. Come and tell me that. I wish you well.
All right, this is good evening, Madam Precious and Barrister Darlington. I am Spy Sergeant Police Officer Monday Ifeanyi Chukwu is my name. Barrister Darlington, you are a man of wisdom. I started listening to you and Moyo from Star FM. They know you way back. They say my question goes to Barrister. Is it the same law school you went to that other barristers also went to? My reason of asking is that you speak the truth the way it is, but other barristers would rather turn the truth upside down. Why is it like that? He said he's from Barawa, Ikwaja, Lagos State, Nigeria. Okay, the twist and turns. Tunde with his own, and this other person with his own too. Okay. Good evening, Mrs. and Mrs. P and Barrister Darlington in the studio. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. It is a big shame to the government. They prefer this country to be bad every day. When the citizens are saying the truth, APC members will say we want this country not to be better. Mrs. Look at what's happening now. Victor from Mafoluko sent in that. And then he says, good evening, presenter and the analyst in the studio. Mr. Darlington is always on point when commenting on issues. He is very outspoken and intelligent man. He should keep it up, please. God bless him always. Francis from First Accent in that message. And then this here says, all the Nigerian soldiers are posted in southeast routes, extorting money from motorists and intimidating passengers, both old and young, by making them disembark from vehicles with both hands up the air and walk past the checkpoints, while herdsmen are busy killing villagers in the middle belt and displacing them from their lands. Predictable. Ostino Abus from Oludia Papa sent in that message. All right. Going back to the phone lines now, 0700 903 903 903. And Comrade Tosin Williams from Ota, Ogun State says, the persistent killings in Plateau State is quite worrisome. My heart goes to the bereaved families. Imagine 112 souls. May God have mercy. That is as at the last count, though. Okay. All right. He said, may God have mercy on Nigeria for the shedding of innocent blood. On FG's silence, he shows the wickedness in the hearts of many. And then there was indeed a country. Have a beautiful night. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. This here says, okay. All right. I'll go back to the phone lines now. Hello. Good evening to you. Oh, yeah. Hello. Good evening. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Hi. Good evening. Welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Mr. Giwa calling from Uber.
This is what?
Mr. Giwa.
The volume of your phone line is high. We can barely hear you now. You can help us turn down the volume when you call us so we can hear you very well. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Good evening and welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Mafoluku.
You're welcome. Your name?
Mr. Emeka.
Mr. Emeka, you're welcome. Go ahead.
But I got into two goes here. Oh, yeah, but you're the total. Oh, yeah, by Jesus.
Amen.
Precious.
Sir?
God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
You can never lack in Jesus' name.
Amen.
From this office station. But the evil we know here in Nigeria now, the problem in this country is too much. But they know, I don't want to say anything. Well, I thank God that you people are doing the right thing, educating people, especially Brother Darlington. Please keep it up. Don't derail. Forget about whatever people tell you. You don't pursue this station, you go and open your own. I can contribute to you open your own personal own, even if not Nigeria. You open outside country so I can tell us the two picture of Nigeria. Where you are back and the other Darlington back. Nothing will happen to you. We are praying for you people. We are praying for you people. Nothing will happen to you people. Happen dojo, Darlington. Happen dojo like I can make it rice like beans, na chicken. One day they will chop the beans and chicken. We will finish and they will still suffering. No APC is not buying food at a different place.
I wonder.
Nigeria is not buying food at a different place. I bought rice yesterday, 58,000 naira.
That's cheap. One bag, 58,000.
You don't come back.
You don't come down with that.
I bought at Yanera. I bought at Yanera 57,000.
The last time I tried to buy was 68,000 actually, and others were selling 70.
Yanera. When you were from Yanera, the custom is there. I know how I bought it. I use my motor to carry it, so I know how to carry it. So, but you come inside my children, you skyrocket. You pray that God will bless you people and keep you. and nothing will happen to you in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Amen,
much.
my
Right.
brother.
And Wafo from Ikorodu says, good evening, precious. Now you can see and know the poorest of the poor. According to Barrister Darlington, in Plateau State, they live in mud houses. How can they have phone access in such areas or for such an emergency? No motorable routes, not to talk of bank accounts for the said FG cash transfer. Note that it will only take killing villages in this kind of place for media to carry their matter out of the public. That's what he said. All right, let me quickly run to YouTube because I have lots, some reactions on YouTube. Observation Ehigiato says, absolutely correct. Oh, and then Saki says, precious, I like your whining. Oh, okay, shakes my head. Kenezike says, Merry Christmas, precious. Promise, Mr. Darlington, God bless you. True Man Thinkwell says, Madam Precious, Merry Christmas, please. Your beauty, I beg, go and rest, Biko. Kenezike, my condolences to the hundreds killed in Plateau State. Government should do something. We are tired of prayers. And then Oye Kachibuna says, Merry Christmas, Madam Precious and Mr. Darlington. Precious, can you please tell your audience to call and tell us if anyone or their village members have received the 25k from the poorest from government? Please, somebody wants to know if you or your family members. Why are you laughing, Mr. Darlington? Somebody may have received now. Oh, let's not trivialize issues. So please, if you or any of your family members, your mother, your father's mother, anybody around you, have received that money, please kindly let us know. We would love to know. Someone here wants to know. Can I see cases Christians in the south celebrating Christmas while their brothers and sisters are killed in Plateau State and they are not saying or doing anything? Enough of the prayers. Nzewonwa says, I'm happy who voted for APC are also crying today. Oladewale says, what happened to the Babariga local banking former governor stealing money? See the way you change the Babariga banking formula. You guys, Sha. Oga 404 says, Queen Precious and Legend Darlington, good evening to you. Good evening to you too. Ola Adiwale says, can the government set up a probe to retrieve all loots? All the ones they retrieved from Buhari Steno, please tell me what they did with those loots. I don't want to start talking. Then Olalawale then says again, follow the money, Nigerians, and discover corruption in an unknown place, even in the burial grounds. Then Truman, immediately is a wicked man. Truman Thinkwell says so. Why was he calling the write-up indicting him satanic? He forgot that satanic is his elder brother giving death. He cost Nigerians. Okay. Giving the death he cost Nigerians. Olalewale says, can the government be complaints? Complacent, you mean? Okay, Charles Zero says, do we have? We do have government. And then Oladewale says, may Nigeria not happen to you. That's my prayer. May it not happen to you too. Amadi P says, you cannot see that I've been speaking the terrible truth among the truth. They have all turned Satan to souls. How long will it last? We suffer, Nigerians, said the Lord. Chingy Team says, Merry Christmas, beautiful Princess P and Daddy Darlington. You're talking about America. Here in Indonesia, it cannot even happen. America card too far. Here in Indonesia, it cannot happen. Let me see. Here in Indonesia, it cannot happen. Amadi P says, why you stand for the truth, you only stand alone. Surplus Link says, the security agencies in the eastern part disturbing the Igbos, while there is a lot to do in northern part of Nigeria. It's a pity. And then Emmanuel Isong says, Chai, I laugh, prayer all the time. We do things and tend to embarrass God. Chai, God still stands in his place as God. Our foolishness cannot rub mud on God, Sha. Lie. That's what you say. Our moon will rub mud on God. All right, going back to the phone lines now. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903. Hello, good evening to you. All right, I lost that. I take this then. Hello, good evening to you. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Sir?
Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. Welcome. What's your name, sir, and where are you calling from?
I do the Friday. I'm from Nigeria.
This is what?
Friday from Nigeria.
Friday from Isolo. From Ikeja. Friday, are you in the bedroom? Help us move to the parlor now. Move to the sitting room small.
I'm not on the bedroom.
You have increased your voice now to the sitting room voice.
Too much overload because you have the merriment is too much. It's laughing. If you are eating too much, you just slow down. No.
All right, you're welcome. Go ahead.
I'm fine. Can you?
Go ahead. We're doing okay. Go ahead, please.
First of all, I want to say that for Wole Soyinka, maybe he has gone to collect his own palliatives. That's why he's now coming out to talk what I don't know. Because all they do is to go and collect their own big envelope and come out and start to talk rubbish. And for Wike, I don't know what Wike is still looking for in River State. He has been the governor for there and he has left the place. I don't know what he's coming back to look for in River State again. That's why this country can never move forward, because all those bad politicians that are supposed to be put aside, they are still the ones tormenting this country, making the country become ungovernable and making the country to become more hard for the citizens of this country. So I don't know the way Nigeria is going. I don't know the way forward with this kind of thing that is happening this year. I don't know how next year will be in this country. Seriously.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you. All right. I run through some messages very quickly. Shibi, I wanted to give recharge card. Mr. Darlington, how do we give this recharge card now? Or should we just leave it? We're almost wrapping up. All right, let me run through some more messages. It says, "Hi, Precious. No matter what is done to improve security under this federal system, it would fail. The only solution is to decentralize security." I said security architectures. I said decentralize the security architectures. We should either go back to a regional system of government where each region is responsible for its security, or we have independent special regional security forces to handle Nigerian security issues. To be honest, all governments since 1999 to date are hopeless and wicked in terms of handling security. Are you serious? Kola Wole Bamidura sent in that message. This is good evening, Precious and Darlington. Happy Christmas and prosperous New Year. Precious, is it true that you were arrested sometime last week? You? It is not you. It is not me. Can never be. If true, I will invoke. I will invoke Ogugu Okija or whoever that is involved for the person. We will soon hear. I say for Soyinka, we will soon hear that his son is appointed the FIRS DG. Continue your enlightenment job. Uche from Olodia Papa sent in that message. And then he says Nnamdi Kano is a problem to Nigerian government, but headsmen killed and walked away. Security agents can't wait them in their way, going out of their city after operation. God is watching. John Bosco from Mayor sent in that message. So and then funny. This here says Eric Wafos from Surulere says, you see this killing in Plateau State, it is as a result of God's curse and vengeance to the Christians in the north that colluded with their paymasters to slaughter innocent people in their homeland during the 1967 to 1970 civil war. Now they're receiving the consequences of their own actions. Do you know that in 2023 election effect where we voted based on ethnic lines and intimidation instead of competence and capability is dealing with everybody now? No cash, prices of goods on the highest order, and no security. Nigerians, how far now?
I don't know when Nigerians will wake up. I'm telling you. I don't know when they will realize this thing we are saying every day.
All right, let's run through this call. Hello, good evening to you.
Hi, Precious.
Yes, please. Welcome. Go ahead.
Good evening, Darlington.
Okay, what's your name, please? And where you
Yeah, this is Remy from Makoka.
All right, Remy.
Yeah, Remy, how are you doing?
I'm fine, sir. I heard the last message you read, and I think it's insensitive for someone to say it's the consequence of what happened in 1967 and all that.
Crazy.
To say that your government is failing at her duty, and you choose to liken that to what happened in 1967. Come on, can't people just be sensible for once? And what is really there on this day to merry about on this Christmas day? Is there really anything as a nation to merry on as in for this so-called Christmas?
There is no.
Yesterday, over hundreds of our own people, Nigerians, got killed for no goddamn reason. They got killed. And up to this moment, we've not heard something concrete from the authority. In the next few days, we have very short attention span.
Maybe.
Something else will come up.
Of course.
And it will deflect us from this.
Mm-hmm.
If Nigeria were to be a sane society, it should be mourning those who were killed just yesterday. By now, we don't even know some are even being killed now as we speak. We don't know.
Of course.
We don't know. But we all believe we that are here, we are alive because we pray to God. That is our belief. Not knowing that it is location. It is location based. If we were to be in Plateau, we too could have probably experienced what happened to those who were there yesterday. And if nothing is being done, it's a matter of time. What is happening in Plateau will happen in Lagos. It's not about being optimistic or being prayerful. If it is not being dealt with, if what is happening is not being nipped in the bud, as we speak now, it will get to Lagos. There won't be peace across the country. It's so annoying that we are not even mourning the dead anymore. We become numb to death, to killings. We just speak little about it, then we move on. I've been unhappy since morning when I heard the news. There's really nothing to merry about really on this Christmas day.
When you thought they ask you, is it the first time? That's the next question. Is it the first time?
That is dumb for anybody to say.
Was addressed. This thing will not continue.
And then those saying that it's not just one religion. Is it even fair for any person, even if the person is a traditional worshiper? Is it fair for anybody to be killed at all? Whether this happens both in Christian and Muslim communities, is it fair for anybody, even someone who's an atheist? Is it fair for anybody to be killed at all?
I wonder. And it's for no reason. It's a thing of this APC government. They did it under Buhari. Each time you talk about the killings happening, they will tell you, you don't want the good for this country. Agatu happened, I think, January 1st.
Of course.
Agatu massacre. People were killed on their way from church in their hundreds.
Watch out for the new year. They are preparing. And the security agents, they are taking care of security everywhere. They have deployed it. They have deployed that. These people that were killed now, you mean they didn't hear about them? They didn't know when they were recruiting themselves into that village.
What they want is for us to speak less of what is happening. They want the media to probably focus on it too. I've not heard any, as in most traditional media are not really saying things much about these killings.
Of course.
We saw what happened under Buhari, when you guys were being told to tone down the negative news.
Yes.
As if you made it.
There's media blackout on the killings. There's media blackout.
It's so annoying. Those who died today I could have been one of them. Could have been any one of us.
Could be anybody.
Anybody.
It could be anybody.
It's so annoying. It's so annoying.
To raise alarm on what is going on in the southwest about kidnapping and robbery. It was Afenifere that raised the alarm. The so-called Lagos Ibadan press, they were all quiet about it.
I just don't get it. People are being tribalistic and being unnecessarily partisan. When you speak, you don't want the good for this country. Can we assume peace when there is no peace? Should we declare peace when there is no peace?
No, I wish them well. The same people will come out and tell you, how did we get here? How did Nigeria get here? They are the cause, so they are the reason. Yeah, they will turn around and be blaming you.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, thank you.
Good night.
All right, good night, Lagos. Thank you. All right, so that's the size of our package today, right? So for the recharge card that we wanted to give Mr. Darlington, let me convert it to unconditional cash transfer.
How do you get their number?
Let me no. So we were talking. That Prince Akwachi promised me 50 bags of 5 kg rice, and the rice is already being delivered. And Mr. Ola gave me 3 bags of 100 kg rice, 50 kg rice before I say 100 kg, and then Faulkner also gave me support of 150k to give to people. So one of the things I did was monies, because not because you said that the poorest of the poor of Nigerians are in the villages, but I sent some people who are in the villages, some people that I know who travel to villages. I gave them a mission to look for the poor of the poorest in their communities, those people who get us to beat them right now for this Christmas, and we're sending like 15,000 to them, from those monies. But from the rice that we have here, we cannot send rice from here to most of those villages. So the rice here was going to Ijora, all those railroad, all those people where people live in shanties, all those Ajegunle, we're going there to give it out to them, and we'll also add some unconditional cash transfers to the money when we're giving it to them. And perhaps I'll add this recharge card to that unconditional cash transfer. We'll add it to it. I think it's better off because let people be able to be merry this period.
If you do it here
if I just do recharge card, person will go get and don't chop rice.
They will say you don't rig it you gave it to your friends. I don't
have a friend here.
Who will believe you?
So if you know anybody around you that's really tight for him, I want evidence. So do me an email, precious@gmail.com,
because we cannot see everybody.
So if you know anybody around you that is in Lagos that the thing hold tight well, please let us know the area, right? So that on the first we'll just go to those places and give out our small rice and unconditional cash transfers to those people. Thank you so much. I'll be looking forward to receiving your emails, precious@gmail.com, and if you have their numbers, so that I can also send people to go there and verify by thoroughly. All right, Mr. Darlington, your final words, not like you're dying.
Precious,
sir,
let me tell you, I will be brief. I'll be brief, but let it be on record. When what is his name? When the Shagari wanted to probe what happened with the $2.8 billion when Buhari was the chairman of NNPC. 2 weeks into that probe, his government collapsed. Who benefited from that coup? Who?
Mr. Benji, don't ask me a question. No.
You see this thing that Tinubu is doing. He's being clever by half. He knew that if they start probing CBN and Emefiele, Buhari's name will come up. The other day, the northern leaders, all the northern states, they went for a meeting. They always go for a meeting when they want to do their thing. And then Aerofile traveled all the way to go and meet Buhari. If Tinubu is not ready to go the whole hog on this investigation, he should let sleeping dog lie you. All this thing that they are calling shedding somebody.
So Mr. Darlington, you said you had some scoop on the special investigator, right? Would you drop it quickly on Precious TV YouTube?
What is this in there?
You said you had special scoop now. They wanted to tell.
Well, since the report is ongoing, I said it's internal report now.
Okay. I thought you had something to say.
His person, everybody.
That's what I'm saying now. You wanted to say the thing.
Anybody can Google his person. Okay. I don't need to be the one to say yes. Okay. Everybody can Google him, Jim Obaze. They know. They know him. Okay. Well, what I'm saying is that if you want to do a thorough job, you must not go to Equity with a dirty hand. That is the way I'm going now.
Who comes to Equity
that they are saying the investigation, you and I know that it's not going anywhere, because a name will come up that will truncate all that report. A name will come up even in court. Nobody will even dare to say go and invite him.
All right.
So what have you done?
Mr. Darlington,
you have wasted your time. And it will be an embarrassment to your government that they show you somebody that embezzled money and you could not do anything. So how can you be preaching for corruption? How? That is the mistake Tinubu have made here, but you didn't know. He made a very big mistake.
How?
Yes, now this investigation is not going anywhere.
Why?
Look at the names that are coming up. Can he prosecute those names? Pressure, be sincere. Can Tinubu
what names?
Those names? So why did he not go embark?
But nobody has been mentioned. Nobody.
Leave that thing, please. Leave that thing. The names have already been mentioned.
They say Emefiele and 13 others, and some of his deputies.
Good. Even the man that.
But the 13 others, have you heard their names?
Even the man that owned up that he's the one that authorized it. Did anybody call him? So why do all this?
That is your former president.
Why the investigation? Except he is ready to weather the storm, but I just told you so that what happened in the house of Shagari will not happen in the house of Tinubu.
All right. Lagos has the size of our package. I'll return your way again tomorrow evening, God willing, at exactly 7 p.m. Hopefully. Thank you so much for staying with us. My name is Precious. Please, as much as you can, try and reach out to someone around you today. People are hungry. Nigeria tough. Please, the only good thing you can do for all of us, including me, if I have a birthday wish, is to beg you, to crave your indulgence, to plea or pray thee to please reach out to someone who daily needs food. I'm not saying train them, or just give somebody food to eat first, and if you can, empower the person to have more food. That would mean a lot. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Precious Enyi. Across all social media handles, Precious Enyi on official on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter is Precious Enyi and Precious_Enyi. I'll see you again tomorrow. Have yourself an amazing evening. Good night.